Hi everybody. I forgot to put this tip. I was doing tips to stage your dining room and I forgot one of the things that I've seen. I don't know if it's a trend or what, but I go into homes and people are using their dining rooms for their children's toys, books. They have a table, a little tiny table set up in there that the kids can sit at and color, do art, whatever. I think that's great when you live that way, but I don't think it's great to sell that way because there's no dining room table. And sometimes I go in a house, there's not even a kitchen table. I guess people are sitting eating at the couch or, well, I don't know, or at the bar. Sometimes there's a bar. So what I would suggest is go ahead. I'm going to give you shots of actual table and chair sets that are available on Marketplace right now. So I give the advice, why don't you go ahead on Marketplace, buy a table and chair set, and then if you don't want to have that when you move, you can quickly resell it, probably for exactly what you paid for it. So it's like you're getting a free staging almost. And one thing I do suggest, if the dining room is small, get a glass table because glass is see-through. So it doesn't take up the same visual space as a wood table. And wood tables can be very masculine energy. So if you do get a wood table, make sure that you put it on a rug, which is a feminine energy, and it helps balance out. Wood and leather and stone, all that are masculine energy, and you need to balance it out with female energy. So I would say take some of the toys and books, if you have room, put them up in the children's bedroom. It's not going to be forever. It's just, you don't want people to walk in and feel like they're in a kid's playroom or a daycare. I mean, that's the sense I get when I walk into a home, and the dining room is usually kind of prominent. You see it. It's not like you can just close it off. Most of the time it has an open area where the doors are wood. There's no doors. It's just an open area. So my advice is, do not have the kids' toys, books, small table and chair set. You know, it's not forever, but go to the trouble to look at Marketplace. You'll also see pictures of my current dining room that I bought, the table that I'm sitting at right now. This actually, I bought it on Facebook Marketplace, like when I was at my last home. I paid $100 for it, okay? And then you'll see the other picture behind the camera here is a beautiful Chinese, two different pieces that are put together. I looked up retail or what they would resell for. Each half sells for $1,100. I got the two pieces from a guy that even delivered it to me for $175 with delivery. So there are deals to be had. I'm going to make another video of everything in my home that I have bought secondhand through either Marketplace, Craigslist. When I was a stager, I bought a lot of stuff. On Craigslist was more popular when I started back then. And also you can look at yard sales, you know, community sales. But I would say for a quick thing, go on to Facebook Marketplace. Now here's what you need to know if you're scared to buy on there. The buyer has a rating on there, and you can look at his profile, which will give you a good indication of, is he a good seller? Because people leave feedback. They'll say, yes, his description was accurate. Yes, blah, blah, blah. He was an honest deal. Yes, I got a good deal from him. So you start reading all that. If somebody has been selling, and it will also show you his other items that are for sale. I'm tripping on my tongue today. Can you tell? It's like, anyway, it happens. What can I say? Yesterday I was out in that heat trying to power wash the fence and trimming grass, and I think this is the after effect. Trippy tongue. So, but I have to also say, if you're gonna buy on Marketplace, you've got to be fast. You can also do a search on Marketplace, so they will email you when an item comes up. say you want a dining set, then you just put that in the search bar, and it will have an option where you can be notified when new ones come on. And now around here, I'm in Tidewater area. We've got a lot of turnover because we have Navy, Army, Marines, we've got everything here. So if they get, say, shipped overseas, a lot of times they sell everything before they go. So you're really lucky if you're in a transient area, people are selling things. Sometimes you can go to estate sales and you get a decent deal. You may not get the same deal you're gonna get on Marketplace, but usually estate sales have half price Sunday. So that's another tip. So don't just willy-nilly put a deposit on something. You do have to be fast on Marketplace, but feel out the person as far as, can you just hold this till I get there if I give you a $20 deposit? If you think he has good feedback and he's legit, you could Venmo or Cash App or Zelle a deposit to them. But really, I have gotten ripped off one time doing that. Somebody was selling beautiful outdoor furniture. And for the price, there was the red flag that just smacked me upside the head. But they said, oh, well, we have to figure out deliveries. We've got to have a deposit to make sure, that you're serious. Don't fall for that. Try to go to their home if possible, especially a dining set, because you want to make sure they're legit. So you have to step on it. If you see something you want, be fast, because things go really quick. And then when you move, if you want to set the kids' playroom up, just sell that set. You'll get what you paid for it. So it really is a no-brainer. I suggest this also if you don't have nightstands. You can buy some end tables or nightstands pretty cheap on Marketplace. End tables work fine in a bedroom. You can buy lamps on there. I saw a deal on lamps the other day that I was too late getting them, but they were $20 for the set. They were beautiful. Probably $80 to $100 each lamps were brand new. So think about this stuff when you're staging your home to sell. If you do invest a little money to make it look sharper, you are going to get that investment plus back. Your pictures will be better when they shoot the video for your home to be sold. People will get confused if they see a dining room that looks like a playroom. They're like, where's the dining room? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, we've lost something here. So just take my advice on this, because I've been doing this for 25 years. Had a staging company that I retired from at 70. So I staged thousands of homes, and this is the way to go. Make that home appeal to the most amount of buyers so you get the most amount of money, quickest sale, best amount of money, and closing quickly. So make it less stressful on yourself. Cheers, everybody. Please subscribe to my channels. I'll have all kinds of tips and tricks coming at you, because I've definitely been out there in the real world of staging. This comes from my knowledge, not some article you look up on the internet. Cheers. Smash that like button. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.